are so many factors that go into case acceptance, but one that I always like to kind of grease the skids, kind of set the table with, is making sure that a patient understands the true role of insurance. Now, I do not say that lightly, because when we say dental insurance, man, talk about oxymorons. That's like jumbo shrimp. It doesn't make any sense, because dental benefits and dental reimbursements and dental plans are not insurance. And it's critical that the patient come to understand that. Now, it does not mean that they'll all always say yes to your treatment plan because they understand that they don't really have insurance. It just means a few more will say yes. A few more will come to the understanding that they shouldn't have an entitlement as to whether or not they choose to have something done based on whether or not they have insurance. How do I have this conversation? Simple. I have 3 parts to the conversation that I almost always have with patients before I ever look in their mouth and do an exam. To me, that's an important credibility point. The conversation is unrelated to their dental needs. It's just a statement. It's a statement of fact that I want them to know and understand. So before I look in their mouth, sometime in the preclinical interview, I might say to the patient something like this that will contain 3 parts. 1, we'll talk about how poorly we did at inventing dental insurance. A little self-deprecating humor goes a long way. 2nd, we'll make some analogies that'll resonate with them quite easily. And then finally, I'll drop the bomb, drop the mic, as we might say if I was Eminem. So it'll go like this. Mr. Jones, I notice here you have dental insurance. I always find that kind of funny. You know why? And the patient says, why? I say, because we invented it. Isn't that kind of funny? It's like letting the wolf guard the chicken coop. But quite honestly, Mr. Jones, we really screwed up badly, because when you look up the word insurance in the dictionary, it says when a third party takes the risk for catastrophic loss. And I see here that your insurance covers $1,200. It's more money than I have in my wallet, but it's not a catastrophe. If your house burned down, no insurance, catastrophe. Totaled your car, no insurance, catastrophe. Open heart surgery, no insurance, catastrophe. $1,200, more money than I'm carrying, but I can get by. In fact, if your car insurance worked like that, and you totaled your car, and you called down there and you got the Geico insurance, and you got the little gecko guy on the phone, and you said, oh my gosh, I've totaled my car, what do I do? And the gecko said, no worries, mate, come on down and pick up your check. And so you went down there, and he handed you a check for $1,200. You'd say, what's this? You say, well, that's all we cover is $1,200. Good day, cheerio, mate. You choked that little booger till his eyes popped out. So then you went over to Progressive to see if Flo could help you out. And she said, I can save you $300 in 15 minutes. And you said, whoa. I got screwed by the Geico and the Gecko insurance over there, so help me out a little bit. What does your insurance cover? And what if Flo told you that her car insurance covered oil changes, lube jobs, and filters twice a year, new wiper blades every 3 years, and new tires every 5? You'd say, that doesn't sound like dental insurance. That sounds more like a maintenance plan. You see, that's exactly what dental insurance really is. It's a wonderful benefit to have. The plan that you have does a great job of helping you cover some of the everyday needs of getting your teeth cleaned and an occasional filling or procedure or something, but it is not insurance that a third party is providing for a catastrophic loss. But Mr. Jones, those weren't the worst things we did. The worst thing we did is dental insurance was invented in 1955. That makes it over 60 years old, and we forgot to index that puppy for inflation. When it first came out, it covered the same as most insurances cover today, $1,200. And if we had indexed that for inflation, it would cover $7,000 or $8,000 or maybe $9,000, depending on whose number for inflation you buy into. That, Mr. Jones, would be a catastrophic coverage. So you see, my staff might even correct you sometimes. If you say dental insurance, they might say dental plan back or dental maintenance or dental benefits, because it isn't really insurance. Now let's go ahead and take a look at whatever the next step would be in the procedure. But you see, that conversation helps frame what insurance is and what insurance isn't. And some patients will resonate very well with that and understand, and maybe lower their aptitude for the entitlement mentality that patients have about insurance. If you do that repeatedly as part of your new patient experience, more patients will say yes to more comprehensive care.